Hey, what's up everyone? So right now we're going to talk to you guys about our plastic. So we have a couple different types of plastic out there, but we really wanted to focus on some of the differentiations between those that we have out there. So right now we typically have two types of plastic. We have our Alpine plastic and then we have our Woodland plastic. And so our Alpine plastic is usually going to be a transparent, high-end TPU polyethylene, and our baseline plastic is going to be a mix of polypropylene and usually other kind of softer plastics. So realistically, that's where the price difference is. But we sometimes add different blends in, and you can have premium plastic that comes out a little bit more opaque. And so we use recycled blends. We also use a regrind mix from Gateway, where they take an old disc and literally put it in a grinder and grind it all up. And then we take that and we'll use that in some of our mixes. And so from there we tend to have other blends, but you might see a Alpine hemp, or you might see the Alpine glow, which is where we added glow mix in. You might see a woodland hemp where we added the hemp mix in. Here is a woodland hemp right there. And so that hemp actually adds in a little bit of durability, a little bit of textural change. And we also like that it's a sustainable resource and renewable sustainable resource. So that's one of the reasons why we like to use hemp when making our discs. And here's an example of an Alpine plastic with some hemp in it as well. And so we try to keep to our two main plastic types, which the premium we call Alpine, and again the baseline plastic we call Woodland. And so if you were to have an Alpine and a Woodland Douglas fir, for example, they should fly very similar, except you might get a little bit more longevity of that duration of flight, so to speak, from an Alpine blend. The Woodland might break in a little bit sooner. You might catch a couple of nicks or dings on this when hitting a tree or a basket at full speed. But realistically, our plastic with vulcanized rubber blend mixed in, it actually holds up really, really well in the baseline mix too. I have my putter 6 years old and it still feels smooth around the edges. So the Alpine though will definitely give you a little bit more durability for a longer duration of flight or a longer life there, and it tends to keep its stability for a little bit longer as well. So that's the main difference between our Alpine and our Woodland, and then we do have other blends that we kind of mix in. And so sometimes we have a metal flake, which we call lichen. And so lichen is something that grows on trees and it can have a metallic light color. So we thought it would be a fun, play on our theme to when we add the metal flake into the discs, that we call it lichen. So if you see Alpine lichen, that is actually where we added metal flake into the disc. So here's a locust with no lichen, and here's a locust with the lichen added in. Again, it's still our Alpine mix, just with a little blend added in. So yeah, hope that explains a little bit. Thanks for tuning in.